Hi. So I'm getting myself ready. It's the live show, so anything can happen on a live show. So hi everyone, and lots of live shows today because, well, we have this. Hi everyone, and lovely to see you. So, we have the breaking news today, and I did a reading about this 2 days ago about. I don't know why I was drawn to do that tarot reading, but Prince Andrew's tarot reading, that was 2 days ago. And I was drawn to do that. And now this has come to fruition. And I stated in that tarot reading that Prince Andrew would actually detach. I got detached, didn't he? Or detached from royal duties and go kind of like in exile for at least 3 months because that reading was for 3 months. And I didn't do it to prove to you that this would transpire, but here we go with this shock kind of. I'm going to stop doing royal duties for kind of the was it foreseeable future? Foreseeable, not unforeseeable, foreseeable future, which is I won't be doing anymore for as long as I can see, kind of thing. That's what that means. So yeah, kind of shock kind of news today, which is breaking news. And I've put this up. Now we've had some more breaking news. I've put this as the title. Prince Andrew, will he speak to the FBI? That's just flashed up here. Well, I did put, before I read that article, it's the Daily Mail, it's just flashed up at the side. Before I read that article, let me give you my premonition first here. Okay. Yes, he will. He will actually go and speak to. He wants to put this to bed, and he feels that because he knew Mr. E for so many years, okay, that he needs to put this to bed and kind of move on from this. This is what he wants to do. Okay. So, well, I've got this up now, which it says here, little kind of sticker thing here, that a little flash here saying the Daily Mail, as I've just started this live show, the Daily Mail have just reported on, will Prince Andrew speak to the FBI? Are they watching me? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, because this has come up, which is strange, I'm going to look at this article. Please let me know, is the connection okay? Can you let me know, is the connection okay before we do that? I'm going to look at my Botticelli deck while I do that. Hi, Shally. Hi, everyone. Hi, Landa. Hi, everyone here. Thank you for coming. So is he going to speak to the FBI? Everything's okay. You can see me clearly. Is that all right? So good. So it seems like it's better. I'm here at the moment. Why I've come on late, and I'll explain this because I've had a connection problem in this location. It's in the countryside. So I don't know whether people share, when everybody, it's like when you're in an office and everybody's using the internet and yours slows down because somebody else is using. It feels like that, it feels like everybody around the area is using this, the source of whatever this source is, 3G, whatever 3G, 4G, that everybody's using their computers at certain times, offices, houses. So there's not much of a source of supply here. I don't know how to put that, source of supply. So I'm finding that actually at this time, late at night, I'm getting a connection. Okay, so it's like people are not using it so much. Does that make sense? Doesn't to me, but that seems to be okay. Great connection. That's fantastic. Okay, great. Okay, that's brilliant. Yeah, you see, the afternoon time, somebody's saying their connection's better than it was this afternoon. You see, I guess that everybody's using their computers. Is it so badly kind of sourced? You know, the neighbours use the computer and you don't get a connection. That's really, maybe it's a busy time, exactly. So maybe while I'm here in this location, I need to look at coming on live around this time. I hope that's okay with you. I've got to stay up late to do this, so I hope that's okay with you guys. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a busy time, and I've struggled with this for the last week or so, 2 weeks. Thank you, Debbie. And, you know, I'm so glad that you enjoy my channel. I really work hard, and I had to delete the one this morning because it was absolutely atrocious. So, oh, what's happened to that? So I did have that there, but now it's gone. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just bear with me. Gosh, there's so much about the royal family, and it is worrying because, you know, everybody stuck by the rules, and I guess they knew that he was not sticking by the rules. Yeah. Oh gosh. Let me just lost this article now, and I'm really I'm messing about. I keep saying sorry, and I shouldn't. So let me get this article. I hope this does not slow it down. And I've noticed as well the Daily Mail. Oh gosh, there's lots coming out here that people are saying that, you know, he wasn't there. Okay, lots of things coming out here. Well, we get here. This has just come on the Daily Mail online right off the bat here, which is 20:44 GMT time, which is around 10 minutes ago or just now. So this is a new thing on top of the other thing. Okay. Which is the reason why he may have quit the royal family, okay, or the royal duties. Well, I do get this is affecting his health, absolutely. And I said with the reading that I did that there's fears about him. You know, being quite depressed over this. But anyway, so so let's have a look. I think there's going to be a lot. I don't know why on earth. And not just, and I don't want to bring Fergie, drag his wife into this, but this could actually turn out to have stories about Fergie too, which is not great. Some kind of shady dealings with Sarah Ferguson. I feel this may be the next thing that comes up. because I think they've done a lot of things that they shouldn't have for money. They've agreed to things because of money. They want to, well, at the time, and I think they wanted to keep up that very luxurious kind of. Is it the royal family's fault because they did push Fergie out, didn't they, into the cold there? So she had to do anything that she could do to earn some money. Didn't have much of a choice, which I feel in future years, and I think it's starting now, and this is intuitively what I'm picking up for Fergie, is that she's starting to mentally break down. I think she's been there before. I think she's mentally broken down before. That she hasn't reasoned with, people have had reasonable conversations with her and she has not responded reasonably. I think that's been noted with Fergie. But I do feel with Fergie, and I will do a reading on her, how this is impacting on her, because I feel I'm predicting here another mental kind of breakdown, but this is something I think that the daughters already are desperately trying to guide her when they're with her to calm her down. Okay. Is the connection okay, guys? Just let me know if it's if the connection's there. Is the connection okay? It may jump around a little bit, so I do apologize about that. So I do get problems with Fergie because of things coming up about her, stories about Sarah Ferguson because of this scandal too, and how Sarah was taking money from Mr. E, okay, and getting connections, meeting connections from Mr. E to make money. It's all about money, okay. Okay, so let me know if it's okay. Is the picture clear still? Hope so. I don't know what those two are going to do because they're losing their access to how they've made money in the past. It's clear, great. Thank you, Shanali. That I get like it's all kind of slipping through their fingers. The people that they were living is actually, falling through their fingers, and this is not helping Fergie. Because she got no support before, and she'll never forget that period in her life where she struggled to, they blocked every way for her to make money. And so I don't know. I will look at that. How are they going to make their money? I feel there's an emergency kind of plan, financial plan here around the royal family if anything like this happens. Although they have been quite kind of cruel in the past. If anybody gets into any problems, they'll just cut them off and that kind of thing. But I will look at that. It does have many consequences. And the thing is that I do feel sorry for the daughters. Also, I'm feeling a bit sorry for Sarah Ferguson because at the time she was struggling. She needed the money, and she was taking the money from trashy kind of interviews and being kind of insulted. But now they're both together again. and they're both getting trashed. And I feel that Sarah Ferguson is just kind of had enough of this. Yeah. So yeah, I feel this intuitively that this is going to impact on Sarah, her mental health. I feel that she's already struggling with that, or she has been struggling with that for some years. And I get a prediction of that. This is going to affect her mental health, and where she may even lose her mind, where she starts to lose her mind over this. It's too much. Yeah, and that you're so true, Jonah. You're so true. It's true. You know, who helps people, the normal people, to actually. But the thing is with the royal family is that they're limited to what they can do because they're so kind of in the public eye, and if there's a downfall, it's like there's vultures everywhere, you know, trying to make stories of the downfall of the and this is the problem. There'll be lots of vultures attacking here. So again, I apologize about the connection. I hope that it comes back on. It should do. It should do. Let me know if it kind of. Anyway, I've got a poor connection here, so there's not an awful lot I can do about it. It will go in and out, a bit blurry, a bit clear. So let's just bear with it for the next 2 weeks or so. Okay. I don't know. There's so much that I want to look into with this situation. It's one of those, you know, it's a disgrace. It's really serious, guys. It's really serious. It's an absolute disgrace on the royal family. I can smell red wine. I feel somebody is drinking wine like there is no tomorrow. I think that's Sarah Ferguson. I think there's some kind of drink issue there. I smell this like really red wine, and I haven't got red wine here. I've got milk. Okay, milk. I'm trying to get my calcium levels up for my bones. So I do smell like a red wine. A big glass of, let me get some wine. And I feel that she's suffering mentally over the years, and also this is going to maybe push her over the edge. Okay. So it's not Eugenie's wedding, is it? It's not Eugenie. Eugenie's already married. So what I'm going to do is just look at some of these articles because they're coming up one after the other at the moment. So look, and then I'll give you my take. I'll give you my take on what I feel is going to happen here. So let's have a look at. You know, it's kind of making everybody in the royal family grow up here, because this is like living proof of what can happen if you do something wrong in the royal family. And believe me, Meghan and Harry are taking note of this. Absolutely taking note of this. Now, we've had this recent one here that's just flashed up. And this was like 15 minutes ago. Exclusive, Daily Mail. And the Daily Mail, okay. And this one is, let's put it on, see what it says. Right, there's lots of people saying that his alibi's here. the alibis that he's I don't know whether I'd said these things on this interview, but I've got here this by Glenn Koff and Guy Adams for the Daily Mail, and published, well, about 20 minutes ago. Actually, no, updated 2301. So how long ago was that? About 5 minutes ago. So let's have a look at this. The Daily Mail. I don't recall him staying with me. Britain's ex-consul, look, they're all going against him. Britain's ex-consul general in New York, who Prince Andrew claimed to have stayed with on a fateful trip, cast doubts on Duke's alibi in evidence presented to the palace just hours before Prince quit. Okay, so they're saying, is this why he quit the royal family? They're calling it quit, okay, because I don't feel he can go back to duties after this. And because there is, I feel, and intuitively I feel, that he has done something wrong here. He has done something wrong. And now people are not going to, I'm not going to get involved with this. And now this is my intuitive energies, okay. I'm getting people saying, no, he didn't stay with me. I don't want anything to do with this. And you see, Andrew is thinking that these people, supposedly being his friend, are going to say, oh, yes, he stayed with me. Now, I get here, why would he say this? And why would he say that he stayed at this New York's ex-consul general's house, who Prince Andrew claimed to have stayed on this fateful trip? Cast doubts over his alibi here. Let's have a look at this. So is this the reason he quit? This was published 5 minutes ago. When you're accused, okay, now this, I'm not going to get monetized for this, so I'm doing this for free to share with my community. So if you do want to, because if I mention names, I will not get monetized. So if you do want to make a donation for these videos, these contents, please do. I'll put a link in the description box, because I take a lot of time to do this and compile, but it's up to you if you want to or if you don't want to, okay. But there's no, I will get no monetization. I know that because I'm mentioning names. So okay, let's continue with this. So Thomas Harris, Consul General in 2001, said he doesn't remember him staying. He doesn't remember him staying. He said that stays from the royal family are usually recorded in the court circular. Right. A lot of royal visits would be recorded, wouldn't they? Of course. So let's continue with this. When you're accused of having sex with a teenager trafficked to the home of a billionaire paedophile with whom you spend attended periods, it pays to have rock-solid alibi. So on Saturday, when Prince Andrew was asked about the claims that in April 2001, he slept with 17-year-old girl called Virginia Roberts at the New York mayor of I don't understand what that says, but it says at the New York prolific child abuser, Jeffrey Epstein. He came out all guns blazing. I think the dates we have for the shows that I was in Boston or I was in New York the previous day, and I was at dinner for the Outward Bound Trust in New York and then flew up to Boston the following day, he told BBC's Emily Maitlis. This is nuts, guys. This is nuts. He's lying all the way through. While the prince confessed that he probably did look in on Epstein at some stage during the trip, he vigorously denied staying overnight at the financier's 7-story townhouse. So what did happen upstairs? Because he keeps going on about, I've never been upstairs, where that photograph was taken. So I wonder why he would say that when he's never been upstairs, but he recognises the room upstairs. What happened in that 7-story property? I'm saying I've never been upstairs. I've never been upstairs, so I wouldn't know. Come on, this is like saying something happened upstairs. So while the prince confessed that he probably did look on Epstein at some stage during the trip, he vigorously denied staying overnight at the financier's 7-story townhouse, which was decorated with pieces of erotic artwork, including of prosthetic breasts mounted on a bathroom wall. God, that man was crazy. That man was crazy. So something. Well, it kind of gave it. What's your thoughts on that? Let me go back to the chat here. What's your thoughts on that? Because I feel he was giving that away. I've never been upstairs. I've never been upstairs. So what went on upstairs on those 7-story building? What went on upstairs? It gave that away. Something. Okay. Okay, so he goes on guns blazing, saying that because of what I was doing, I was staying with Consul General, which is further down the street from Epstein's home, he declared in BBC interview. So I wasn't staying there at Epstein's home. I may have visited, but no, definitely didn't. Definitely no. No activity. All well and good, were it not for an awkward fact. The prince's recollection of events seem at odds with that of the Consul General in question, Sir Thomas Harris, one of the most high-flying and respected British diplomats of his generation. Sir Thomas, I can imagine he doesn't want anything to do with this. Sir Thomas, who served in New York from 1999 to 2004, tells the Mail that despite Andrew's televised claim, the retired diplomat has no recollection of Prince staying at his official residence during the trip. It doesn't sound as if he stayed with me. He said yesterday, I don't recall him staying with me. I don't recall him staying with me. So, and it continues. Sir Thomas, 74, admitted he no longer had a copy of his 2001 diary, so was unable to be certain about the comings and goings that occurred at the official residence, an apartment just off Central Park 18 years ago. However, he pointed out that overnight stays by Prince Andrew and other senior royals at the Consul's General residence tends to be formally registered in the court circular. as are associated dinner parties. No such stays were chronicled in the court circular for the crucial dates of April the 9th to the 11th, 2001, when the Duke was carrying out formal engagements in the US. Normally, I would give him a dinner party in the evening, he said, noting that the absence of records of such an event makes me suspect he wasn't with me. If he stayed with me, he would normally arrange for businesses to come in. My understanding is that it would be in the court circular. I was led to believe that that was the normal form. If you go through the court circular, you will come across the other visits he paid to New York that were the typical pattern. So Thomas said he could, for example, vividly remember Prince Andrew visiting in October 2001, shortly after the 9/11 terror attacks. That visit was indeed registered in the court circular, along with other trips in October 2000 and September 2002, during which it was noted that the diplomat received the Queen's son. Okay, so now he's he's lied about this, hasn't he? And then he goes on to say, I have no recollection of him staying at the address in April. I don't have a note of the date of all the visits. The palace will. It doesn't ring any bell whatsoever. All very mysterious, not to mention whatever awkward, given that Andrew was staked a hefty portion of what remains of his reputation for having a perfect memory. Yeah, you see, he said that he'd got the Pizza Express and all of that kind of thing. Why would he say that if that's not true? What do you think? Do you feel he thinks he's so entitled to make up these stories, or is this part of his kind of personality? So anyway, it goes on to say all the details. It's in the Daily Mail if you want to go online, if you want to go and see this. But this man here, this diplomat, says they usually record it in the court circular, and it wasn't something that would be failed to be recorded. Yeah, so they're always given some kind of, in advance notice if they get royal visitors. So this is just crazy. It's craziness that this should happen. I feel, looking at this photograph here, that he actually feels that he's very close to this diplomat, but I don't think he is. I think I just feel it's great to have those connections, and that's just about it, really. Being connected to royals, and Andrew being connected to this diplomat would help both ways, and I think that's all it is in terms of covering up alibis and helping somebody is an offence, isn't it? It's an offence to say, yes, he stayed here. I mean, that is an offence in itself, to cover up for somebody. So, and it's such a huge long article, guys. So what they are saying here is that it continues to say that is this the reason why he's opted and said, look, I'll quit. I'll quit the royal family because I've got all of these people dropping from sponsoring me, and there's no point in me doing these duties. And people are not, are saying that I'm a liar. Who sponsor him and support him and help with the finances. So here we go. I won't read all of it, and it's there if you want to see it. Andrew also claims he and his ex-wife arranged their diaries at the time to ensure at least one of them was always in the UK and to look after their daughters. Well, I think anybody knows that after 10 years, a lot of the recordings if there's been no issues with any kind of burglaries or anything like that, that the tapes are changed or destroyed and not kept, from the security cameras at like Pizza Express and places like that. I mean, why would you keep stuff like that if there's nothing on it? And I think most places destroy it after 10 years if they've got nothing on it that they need to keep. And people, I feel most people know this, that there'd be no evidence on any kind of security cameras of him actually being there with Beatrice at this Pizza Express. I think it was Beatrice. It was one of the daughters anyway. So this is another alibi. And then this was in the afternoon and not the evening. So it says, this was while he was in London. So that was the New York situation. Now this is London. Andrew claimed that he and his ex-wife arranged their diaries at the time to ensure at least one of them was always in the UK to look after their daughters. He argued that this made it possible for him to have encountered. This would have made it impossible for him to have encountered Miss Roberts on a night when she claims he slept with her in London. However, the Mail has found several examples of occasions during that period when the Prince and the Duchess were both overseas. With so many alibis seemingly in tatters and other crumbling excuses here, it was perhaps unsurprising that the Prince should choose to announce his withdrawal from public duties last night. Whether that will end forensic scrutiny of the friendship with Epstein, not to mention his links to the paedophile teenage sex slaves, is another matter. Well, I don't know what he's playing at. He's making himself look absolutely a liar. It's just proving that he is a liar. So let's have a look here. I hope the connection's okay, guys. I know it's in and out. Just let me know, is the connection bad or clear or anything like that? So let's have a look at. I think what's that? Dial-in 44. I think he came out and put far too detailed information. You see, you should not, you should not say anything, because if he's in this much trouble, he should not say anything. He should say no comment, not anything. But Andrew is carrying so much guilt here, and he's even that I hope these ladies or these girls can get these ladies now. Okay, they're grown, aren't they? Hope these ladies can get closure. Somehow can get closure. So I feel he's carrying a lot of guilt with that, you know? Why did he offer the interview? I feel that he just felt guilty. He wanted to give closure. I think this interview was very selfish of Andrew. I think he wanted to exonerate himself, to prove to these diplomats that are all dropping like flies, and these sponsors, and that you know, here I am, look, being transparent and honest, and I'm showing the world that I will talk very candidly about what happened. He was trying to save his sponsors, and he was trying to save his place in the royal family. That's why he did this. And it's backfired big time, big time. It's backfired. All of these diplomats now are saying, I don't know. I had nothing to do with that. No, that's not true. They're even calling him a liar now. So he's had to kind of say, these sponsors and these diplomats are not kind of supporting me. I thought they were my friends, but obviously not. So he's kind of said, I have to quit the duty, because he's got no sponsors. He's got no sponsors, you know. So I just feel, is he going to go to the FBI? And I did look at that, and there was a just absolutely crazy, guys. This, isn't it? There was something here that kind of popped up, but all this alibi is just garbage. It really is. What's your thoughts on this? Do you feel that he actually went to actually go to Epstein's place there, and in London and New York, and he's just I mean, he was at the door waving someone goodbye there. How can he say, you know, there's evidence that he was there. So the Mail Online, we got this one before that one came up, because they're all coming up quite quickly. The Daily Mail, okay. And this one, I'll try to be brief, and then we'll get on to the reading. Please put your comments there. And this was by Glenn Koff and Arthur Martin and Daniel Bates for the Daily Mail, published 22/10, 20th of November, and updated 22/11 on the 20th of November. Okay. And this is also Prince Andrew says he will speak to the FBI. Now, I said before I'd look at this that I feel that he will speak to the FBI. I've said that a day or so ago. Prince Andrew says he will speak to the FBI as lawyers Jeffrey Epstein's victims say he must turn over emails, texts, and flight logs to oh, okay. Epstein's victims say he must turn over emails, text messages, and flight logs to the police. Prince says he's willing to assist any law enforcement agency investigations. Andrew's offer to cooperate with the authorities was welcomed by lawyers. Follows this interview, okay, which is absolutely ridiculous thing that went on there. So Prince Andrew last night signalled he would speak to the FBI detectives investigating billionaire paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. In his statement announcing he was stepping aside from public duties, the prince said he was willing to help any appropriate law enforcement agencies as required. So he's going to do that. I think he will do that. He will do that. I think he's got to step up to this. I think if he actually he needs his lawyers near him. He needs the lawyers with him all the time now. He can't just do this alone. Okay. I feel he can't just say everything how he feels. He's got to have some representation here. Andrew offers to cooperate. Which was welcomed by representing Epstein's victims, but they questioned why he would only do so if required. The legal teams called on Andrew and his bodyguards to give in-depth interviews to the FBI, revealing everything they knew about Epstein. Well, okay. I think I've been on long enough explaining all this, but this is a complete mess, guys. This is a complete mess. So I said that he would go to the FBI and he would speak about what happened, but he's going to say, and I said this in the last reading today, if you go look at that, it was quite lengthy, but I said that he will say that he saw these girls, but in the nightclubs and things like that. But he just thought they were friends, party goers, that kind of thing, and he had no idea that cliche thing, like they looked old enough. That's not going to wash. That they looked old enough, because they didn't look old enough, did they? They didn't look old enough. That's a question. Why would you say a 13-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl would look old enough? And he maybe would say, because they were quite tall and that kind of thing. But, I think what he's going to say is he had no idea of the age of these girls, and he's going to stick with that. And he didn't ask because he never thought that people would bring in underage girls. And maybe he'll say things like, well, I thought it was friends or daughters of family members and all these. But I think the lawyers will be involved now, and they will say, the lawyers will say, Prince Andrew didn't have any idea of the ages of any of the people that were coming and going around Epstein. And what is really shocking is that he said, it was when he was interviewed, I can't say it word for word, but what is really shocking is that the interviewer said, do you have any regrets or something like that of ever knowing Epstein, or ever kind of knowing him and ever kind of sharing, being his friend at all? And Prince Andrew said, no, I don't have any regrets, because he put me in contact with these diplomats, contacts with other powerful people, other people that I needed to, which has been good for me, that he put me in contact with these people. So in that respect, I don't have any regrets of knowing him. I think that was having, because he's saying, I didn't know about this going on, and all I knew is the contacts of these people. It gave me contacts with very powerful connections, okay, which he does not regret. And what he's really saying is, I didn't know about all of this going on, so why should I regret it? Why should I regret it? But I think he answered that in saying, you know, do you regret it now? And he still said, no, I don't regret it. Does that say that he has no empathy or compassion? Does he say that? Did that comment say that he has absolutely zero empathy for those young girls? Although he made a statement, I think he made a statement, to say, I can't remember what the statement said, but it said something like, it feels sadness for what happened to those girls. But that comes way after that interview. Okay. So let's have a look at some of your comments here, and then I'll do a mini reading, because we've been here an hour already. So I don't feel he's got any empathy. If somebody said, do you regret it now? Surely somebody with empathy and compassion said, oh my goodness, if I had known at all that any of this was going on behind the scenes, I would never have got involved with this situation. And of course I feel that I regret it now because of the light of what's coming out on the news, that that I didn't know about this. And surely you would say that. Surely you would say that. You wouldn't just say, I don't know, I still don't have any regrets. I still don't have any regrets. So let's have a look here. Oh gosh, it's unbelievable. Anyway, Moon's Balloons. Hi, Moon's Balloons. I bet it's not racking his brains. I bet he's not racking his brains, wondering why he did the interview. And I doubt he's kicking himself again. Arrogant people think that they know everything, so they have nothing to learn. And his focus was on defense, not compassion. Absolutely. So the word, do you regret, would show that he's remorseful and he did something and that kind of thing. So yeah, wasn't he? So will he go to the FBI? Yes. But he's going to take an army of lawyers with him. Okay. And we're all going to say, he didn't know. He didn't know that the ages of, this is what's going to be reported. I feel he didn't know the ages of these women, these people that come and go. I didn't notice. I didn't. Why would I ask a young woman, how old are you? Well, why? But wouldn't a grown man of in his 40s or early 50s see a past kind of puberty young female and think to themselves, gosh, how old are you? How old are you? But instead, the feeling that I get is like, wow, wow, I only just got over puberty, aren't I lucky? That's the energy that I get, an ego energy. Not somebody who's going to be taken aback saying, oh my God, shouldn't you be getting ready for college or school tomorrow? So what is he going to speak to the FBI? Let's get some kind of time frame here. And I think this has got to be soon, hasn't it? It's got to be soon. It's not like as if let's get Christmas over. I don't think that's going to wash, do you? So let's have a look here. Now, I've already picked up, and we've already had a report there that he will go to the FBI. He's got to. He's got to. I think the government will make him, the British government would say, you have to go and speak to the law enforcement and clear this up. So he's got no choice. He's got no choice, okay? Because otherwise it makes the government of England look like we're allowing powerful, it's like a corrupt kind of country, that if the government allows somebody powerful, even a royal, to get away with this, it makes the country look corrupt. And the government would get involved with that, and then it'd be like they would be accused of getting involved with corruption. So it's like, no, we can't allow this. We're not going to have this on our backs, you know, coming back to bite us like it has with you. You need to go and face this in a law court. So I think he's had to do it. He's had to do it, okay? He's been forced to do it by the government. I even feel that that he's even asked the government or the Prime Minister, what should I do? So I'm looking at this now. Let's finish this reading up because it's an hour. It goes quickly, doesn't it? Please put your comments in the comment section and in the comment section below. And also put your thumbs up, please, you know, because all this, I will not get for this because I've mentioned all these names. And also if you do want to donate, because I'm not doing this for any kind of payment, but if you want to donate to my videos and the time that I make, I will put a link in the bottom there, okay, only if you want to. So let's have a look here, because there's no free speech anymore. You know, we're not allowed to. We get, you know, this is how they try to stop free speech, by not monetizing your video. So let's have a look. Will he have to go and speak to the law enforcement, FBI? And I think yes, but let's have a look what the cards have got to say. Yeah. Oh, look at this, guys. This card here, the 7 of staves in reverse, the 7 of staves in reverse, is you need to face this problem. You cannot run away. You have to face this problem. And this is not just one problem. There's multiple problems to face here. There's multiple accusations to face, not just one. This is, did you go to the island? Did you go to this house in New York? Did you go to this house in London? What did you do in these occasions? What was going on there on that island? So, yeah, got to face this problem. He was involved with a very prolific kind of paedophile here, kind of a really bad paedophile, and he needs to actually face this problem. That's the first card I get here. So yes, he's going to do this, okay. So let's have a look at the next card that I pull out here. What's this? Trouble. There was somebody consented here, and this has caused troubles. Yeah, there is this, that there's people that are going to ask questions. A lot of people, they want to know about this trafficking and this abuse here. A lot of people want to know, facing this problem here. of this man who is Epstein, okay, which is the King of Staves in reverse, which means this person was a very, very mean, nasty person, and who he was associated with. They want answers. They haven't got Epstein to ask, so they've got to get the answers from the people that knew him here. So whoever decided to get him murdered or get him out of the way, Epstein, was that a good idea? Maybe it could have exposed. And there's lots of imbalance here and divisions, lots of imbalance and divisions, imbalance in his life and divisions here. And he actually faced some strange, weird kind of encounters here. This is what this means, and it was all to do with fantasy. The Seven of Cups, to do with fantasy and strange kind of situations and strange kind of encounters. This is what he knows. He knows about these strange, weird encounters. And these young girls here who were involved with this will absolutely know this too. Will know this too. Who on earth would think they would get away with this? Who in the world would think they would get away with this? Please tell me. So let's have a look. Who would think they would get away with this? So he needs to face this problem in a court of law. I get a court of law. I think it's going to go beyond the FBI. I think this will go to court, and I feel he may have to stand in court. But there's a feeling that the people who are questioning Prince Andrew feel like they're wasting their time. They're not getting the answers that it's like, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't see any of that. The answers like this, I didn't see anything like that. All I saw was friends and people. Like, I didn't see anything strange like that, but he did, because this reading is saying that he did, but he's not going to. And I get somebody who can be quite hostile, and I get a powerful hostile man. And he feels that he's too powerful to actually be prosecuted for this. And nobody's wanting to know Prince Andrew. After this, he's finished, because no one, I feel Prince Charles has kind of known this for years about him, Randy Andy and all this kind of thing. No, I do get, he's not going to say anything. He'll say, yes, I did go to Epstein's Island, but I didn't see anything. It was like a holiday, it was like on the beach. It's very peaceful. I took my daughters there. We didn't see anything. And all of this, it was just like somewhere to go for a holiday. This is how he's going to word this, and it's going to waste all of these people's time here. They're not going to find out anything. And nobody will want to know him, because he's going to be the hermit. He's going to be the hermit. And we also, and as I predicted earlier in this reading, I predict that that Fergie will have some kind of nervous breakdown, because things are going to get dragged up about her next. what did you see? We need to speak to Sarah, because she actually went on that island too. And the thing is I get this card here, which is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords means evil intentions. Evil intentions. I think what I get from this reading, and it is an intuitive reading, that he knew with this card here, he knew exactly what he was doing when he went to this island. But he's not going to say this because he's just going to say, okay, I will answer your questions. Lots of lawyers around him. But all he's going to say is, I didn't see any of that. I just saw people coming and going, having parties that, yeah, people had got drunk and that kind of thing. But, you know, he was very good to us, and I never saw any of this. And we had holidays and things like that, lovely beaches. I even took my daughters there. And no, he made it into a wonderful holiday for us, and that's it. That's it. I didn't see anything. He was a great person for connections and business, and that's it. That's all I saw. I had no idea about this other happening here. I get selfish. A person who is very selfish. Let's have a look at this reading before I go. Okay. He does know what happened on those islands, and he does know what happened in those houses. I think he was a part of that with this reading. Okay. And there will be a law court here where he's got to answer questions to. A panel of people. If it's not a court, it will be a panel of people, but he's going to be surrounded by bodyguards, lawyers, and all this kind of thing. And he's going to come across very innocent. It feels like it's just wasting the time of, you know, he's going to make it look that way too, which is going to be bizarre. He's going to go along very arrogant, kind of saying, I don't know why we're doing this. It's just a wasted damn time. You know, he's just wasting everybody's time because I've already told you all of this. And he's just going to say, no, I didn't see anything. Yes, we went to the island. It was a holiday. And this person is very powerful. And I get this as Andy. Okay, Andrew. But after this, people know that he's lying, that they're not having anything to do with him, and he's going to be alone. And there was evil intentions. It's saying there were evil intentions here, and this person is very selfish. Why? Because he was just after the money. He was just after making connections, having free holidays, having, you know, he would have done anything to get this lifestyle. Billionaires kind of properties, billionaires lifestyle, taking the children, Sarah, to these amazing, you know, it's private islands and things like that, and that kind of thing. He did it through. What's your thoughts on this, guys? Do you feel? I feel originally this was all about money, getting the connections, trying to make their money in selfish ways, and we saw that with Sarah, the way Sarah did all these interviews, which were tacky, weren't they? And she was even saying to the interviewers, "You're not going to ask me that. Oh, I'm not going down that road. Oh, you're not playing that game with me." You know, so she felt arrogant too. Like she could direct this with the questions that they are going to ask. And yet she wanted the money. Now, all of these things are going to come out here about Sarah too. How she was involved with it. This is the next thing that will come out. how Sarah was involved. We need to speak to Sarah. Sarah went on these islands, didn't she? So we need to speak to Sarah Ferguson to find out, what did she see? Why did you take that money from Epstein? Why did you take that loan? So that's going to be the next thing that comes out. We'll hear about, and this is my prediction, we'll hear about Sarah having to go to talk to these people too. How is this going to pan out? There's not an awful lot they can do, because if he says that I didn't see anything, did you see Virginia Roberts? It'll be like, amongst other friends and family, I thought these people were family friends. I didn't know who they were. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have been anywhere near. But I specifically don't remember her and all of these kind of things. No more. Nothing else will be said here. He will get away with this. He will get away with this, guys. But the government has said he needs to go and sort this out in the US, because it makes our country look corrupt if you don't do things. Because you did go to that island, you were friends with Epstein, you were associated with that man for very many years. You've been seen photographed with these sex workers. So we need to know the truth, and you need to stand there and tell, and do your honourable thing here. So thank you, everyone, and yeah, I don't know that there's evidence coming up, but Prince Andrew will just say, I didn't know about any of this. This is what he's going to say, and this is how he's going to get exonerated from this. That is horrific. Yvonne, when are you going to other big speak to other big names, not just the royals? I will. What I'm going to do is I'm taking this channel to. I've got the royal, because a lot of people like to follow family, and there's so many people that like to follow the royal family. Okay, so I have set up another channel which is called the Royal Intuitive Reader. So I want you all to subscribe to that, because I'm going to take my royal readings over there, which I've started already. I've only got 6 so far, but I'm doing the live shows here because I can't go live over there until I get I get a decent following, and then I can go live and do all my royal readings over there. Once I do that on this channel, I will do live shows about different things, mainly about intuitive energies, but also looking and channeling different people too. So I want to take the royals separately on this other channel. So get yourself over there. I will put the link in the description box. If it's not in this one, it'll be in another in the description box at the bottom. So please subscribe to that other channel. I will put the link, and I will do, as soon as I get enough people, I will go live on there, okay, specifically on there for the royals. And on this channel, it's going to be intuitive energies, healing energies, and also predictions that I love to do, predicting what's going to happen with the weather, floods, earthquakes, that kind of thing, and also healing, and pick a card, pick a deck, lots of fun things on here, and and horoscopes and zodiac signs too. So that's what I'm planning to do. Also, I have my Patreon too. which is a closed kind of community, which is lovely. And I upload things on there which are uncut readings. Okay. If I do any readings uncut, I will put them on Patreon, and we'll go deeper into the inroads there. And, you know, it's very interesting to watch those if you like my readings. Okay. So thank you, and get yourself over there, and let's get this channel going with the Royal Channel and this channel for the intuitive energies. And you can be subscribed to both and enjoy both. Okay, enjoy the live shows on here and the live shows on there. So thank you, everyone. Gosh, it's an hour and 15 minutes. I've not stopped talking, and I am getting a bit tired now. I've been on a lot here. Okay, so I'm not going to go live tomorrow. I think I've covered enough, and unless we get a breaking story like we've had today. And then, because I wasn't going to come live today, but I have, because we've had this breaking news. Unless we have more breaking news tomorrow, if we do, I will be on here live. If we don't, I won't come on live. I will just concentrate on getting some good content on Patreon and my new channel, and also do some lovely readings for this channel too. Thank you. And if you'd like to donate, because I do not get monetized for these royal readings, because they're you know, there's too much controversy that you do not get monetized for some reason. For free speech, you do not get monetized for free speech. So if you'd like to donate, please donate. I will put that link to in the description box. Okay, I can't work for nothing. I have to get something to help me create these channels and content for you guys. Okay, and bye everyone, and thank you for being here. Lots of love, and take care everyone. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you live maybe in a couple of days. Okay, and bye for now. Bye bye.